Plus, a heartbreaking story now in reality on Skid Row where some animals are being neglected and in some cases are barely surviving.
That's right. It's a crisis that some say is only getting worse. KCAL's Amanda Storantino spoke to animal advocates who are desperately calling for help.
Here on Skid Row, the crisis isn't just human. It's deeply affecting the animals too. Hundreds of dogs here are living in heartbreaking conditions, neglected, abused, and forgotten. And local rescue organizations are saying they've been begging the city for help. But so far, they say their pleas have gone unanswered.
Oh, the dog's not in the cage anymore.
We walk the streets with Starts With One Today, a nonprofit that offers humanitarian services to everyone on Skid Row, both humans and dogs.
There's always a conversation about, like, should homeless people have dogs? And we're not, of course, we are totally for that. But it's the abused dogs that don't get any attention from anybody.
Hi, sweetie.
Within minutes, we met Rocky, a 5-month-old pit bull, sick, lethargic, and unvaccinated.
But he's obviously sick.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Joey Tuccio helped convince Rocky's owner to let them take him to a vet. Rocky tested positive for parvo, a deadly virus. He may only have a few days left. This video posted by the Stand Up for Pits Foundation shows pit bulls in wire crates covered by tarps in 90-degree heat.
There is just animal abuse happening in plain sight, and it continues to be ignored year after year after year. And it makes no sense because the laws apply to everybody. So if someone in Beverly Hills had pit bulls under a tarp baking in the sun, laying in their own feces and urine, they'd be removed. And it would probably be front page news. But I guess the laws only apply to certain demographics.
Rebecca Corey with the foundation says she called LAPD twice after seeing the dogs.
The second time I called the police, it was a 28-minute conversation with the operator, and she refused to send an officer.
Advocates say this is not a rare exception. They see it weekly and have been reporting abuse for years.
The dogs are usually off leash? Off leash, yeah, or cramped in those little crates.
Yeah.
We've rescued a few dogs that were hit by a car.
What they also use their dogs for is to test their drugs to make sure there's not fentanyl, they're not laced. So we have had several dogs overdose on fentanyl down here.
Earlier this month, the district attorney promised to crack down on animal abuse.
If you want to commit criminal acts of cruelty against animals, we will find you, we will arrest you, and we will prosecute you and punish you to the full extent of the law.
But advocates say those promises have not made it to these streets.
They really need to enforce. They need to make examples of a few people of whether it's dog abuse, dog neglect, dog breeding, but there is no enforcement, so they get away with it.
You reach out to law enforcement or the DA's office and ask for, support with this. Silence.
Silence. The police tell us to call animal control. Animal control tells us to call the police. It just bounces back and forth.
Rocky is now in the emergency hospital fighting for his life. Rescuers say for every dog they save, dozens more are suffering, and until the city and county enforces its own laws, these dogs will keep dying in plain sight.
Beautiful angel.
On Skid Row, Amanda Storantino, KCAL News.